Welcome, I'm Josh Burns. I'm one of the founding members of the New Hypnotists, and today I'm going to be doing my first session with the New Hypnotists on memory. I want to help improve your memory, and I'm going to teach you a breathing technique that we'll start everything off with. It's a modified version of Qigong breathing, or Qigong breathing, depending on how you choose to pronounce it, and it's going to help you go further into hypnosis than you may have ever gone before. So there's three things that I would like you to do. First of all, make sure that you're only watching this video in the safety of your own home or somewhere where you can be alone and totally comfortable and relaxed. You're going to want to be able to stand up to do some of this breathing exercise. You're also going to want to be able to sit down. So the second thing that you'll want is either a nice comfortable chair or a bed that you can even sit on and then lie down on should you choose to. And the third thing that you're going to want is to make sure that you've got at least a half an hour, because it's not the longest hypnosis session, but you, like I said, you are going to go pretty far down, deep, possibly deeper than you've ever been, and you may not want to leave right away. So I would hate for you to feel rushed, like you had to come right back to focused, alert, awake state if you don't absolutely have to. So we'll kick this off. This is a breathing technique that I've modified from a technique I learned in Qigong or Qigong. And one of the big takeaways here is that most people breathe wrong. And I know that sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Most people, and yourself included, I'm sure, tend to think of breathing as the expanding of the chest outward, whereas the more natural way to breathe, and the way that actually helps get more oxygen to your body and to your brain, which is specifically why we're doing this. And in our culture in America, I know that men and women alike have a tendency to suck in their bellies. If you have one, you probably do that even unconsciously just during the day. And it doesn't help you breathe that well. You can think of it like if you had a full balloon and you squeezed the bottom, well, you can never really fill that balloon up all the way. So what we're going to do is, before we even get into the breathing exercise, I want you to take sort of an athletic stance with your feet shoulder width apart, a little bend in your knees, and what you're going to do is going to turn your pelvis just up a little bit so that your tailbone drops a little bit. Your perineum is sort of pointing directly down at the ground, the top of your head pointing right up at the sky, and you can imagine that you have a golden thread that stretches up your spinal column, all the way up your neck, up into your head, and then it just keeps going up and up and up and up into the sky, all the way through the atmosphere and into outer space. So stand with that thread just going right out, as straight as you'll let yourself be, as straight as feels comfortable to you. And we're going to start breathing, and to really fully breathe, what I'm going to need you to do is to relax your abdomen. If you have a bit of a belly like I do, just let it hang out, no one's watching. It's okay. Well, you're watching me, but I'm not ashamed of my belly. I like it. Breathe into your belly, and you're going to imagine that you're filling a balloon within yourself, and that air is going to fill from the bottom up. So actually, when you've tilted your pelvis up just a little bit so that your tailbone is pointing down, you can imagine that that base of your pelvis is the bottom of the balloon, and you're going to breathe directly into that base. You're going to fill the pelvis first, then up, letting your belly expand, and then finally into your chest, where you can expand your chest a little bit, where your chest really shouldn't be expanding as you do probably 90% of this kind of breath. So I'm just going to demonstrate, and you can follow along with me. So again, shoulders back, let the tension out of your jaw, let your jaw kind of hang loose. Okay, shoulders relax, back relax, just a little give in your knees. And we're going to breathe in slowly through the nose. Breathe all the way out, and then very slowly in through the nose. After each breath, push as much of the air out as you can, and think about it like rolling a tube of toothpaste up from the bottom all the way up. You're going to squeeze it out again from the base of your pelvis, and squeeze it out up through the abdomen. And then finally the last bits of air will escape through your mouth. So let all of the air out, squeeze it out. And now breathe in very slowly. One more, even slower. And as you let it out, just let that air out. Let it flow right out of you. And I want you to keep breathing like that. But it's all right at this point to take a seat. You may be feeling a little lightheaded. Most people don't get this much oxygen to their brains. That's totally natural. It's totally normal. But it would be probably a good idea to sit down for the rest of this. Just so you're fully comfortable and you can relax, so that your legs aren't tensing up. I'm going to sit on this big, beautiful rock right here. Back straight. Your abdomen is relaxed. If any specific body parts feel uncomfortable, I just want you to tense them up for a moment and then release. Let all of that tension out of them. And we're going to keep breathing. And just keep breathing down into your pelvis, down into the bottom of that balloon. And as you fill that balloon each time, I want you to sink into your seat, sink into the position that you're sitting in, keeping your back straight. And if you feel the urge to close your eyes, that's absolutely fine. In fact, you may find that you feel much more comfortable with your eyes closed, in which case, you don't need them open. Keep breathing down, down into that bottom of that balloon, expanding it outward, filling it up and up and up into your chest, into your throat, up to the very, very, very top, near your nose and in your mouth, and then finally releasing and letting it all out. Squeezing that air out, all the last little bits, from the base of that balloon, from the bottom of that balloon, up, and then filling again. And as you empty and fill that balloon, I just want you to stay relaxed and realize that you have an incredible memory. You already do. All humans do. We remember the sights that we see throughout the day. You remember far more about the things that you see than you even realize, down to minute details, perhaps on the drive to work, or as you walk into your house. As you find new places, meet new people, you store those images in your mind. You store them deep down into your subconscious, which is where we will be going. And you don't just store images, you store sounds. You may hear the sounds of birds chirping in this video, and those sounds sound very much like birds you've heard before, and that's because you remember every chirp that you've heard. All of that information is stored in your mind. Vast amounts of information about sounds and smells. Smells are one of the most powerful memory triggers, and you have stored millions of different smells in your subconscious mind, in your memory. Touch, the way things feel. All of these sensory things are part of you. They are things that you store and that you hold on to, all of that information. What can be difficult for us in everyday waking life is accessing those memories when we want them. And that's what we'll be unlocking today for you. So as you continue to breathe, filling the balloon from the bottom, up, 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 and letting that breath out, I just want you to focus on the sound of my voice. Allow your eyes to fully close and relax. Allow your jaw to relax. Allow your neck and the muscles in your back and shoulders to relax. And remember to visualize and imagine that golden thread that's pulling up just ever so slightly on the top of your head, that stretches from the tailbone all the way up through your back and up through the top of your head, out into outer space. And I want you to imagine that that golden thread is supporting you holding you up, taking some of your weight, allowing you to relax even more, to let the tension out of your shoulders and out of your back, out of your chest, out of your arms, feeling the tension just drifting away as you're supported by your breath and by that golden thread. And as you continue to relax, I want you to feel any remaining tension in your abdomen releasing and drifting away, so that you find you can breathe down a little deeper. You can fill it a little longer. And as you breathe out a little more. And now traveling down into your lower back, I want you to let that tension just drift away. You're being supported by the golden thread, which seems to take any amount of stress away from you and supports you, pulling you upward and allowing your body to completely relax. And now, let the tension out of your thighs, out of your bottom of your hips. Just let any remaining tension you have in your knees drift away. Just completely relax your calves, your shins, your ankles, and now your feet, where you may find you have a small amount of tension. I want you to wiggle your feet a little bit and just let that tension drift away. And now without all of that tension, you find you can sit a little straighter, fill your belly a little more. And now the only thing I want you to focus on is breathing in and breathing out. And the sound of my voice will begin to fade. It will begin to drift into the background, feeling very calm, feeling perhaps a small amount tingly from the oxygen that's reaching your fingers and reaching your toes. You might feel tingles on the top of your skin. And now with your eyes closed and relaxed, and with your jaw hanging freely loose, lips slightly parted, picture, if you can, a long staircase leading down, down, down into the ground. And this staircase, as you look at it, is beautiful. There are stairs painted in your favorite color, and each stair in this staircase is worn as if it's been walked millions of times. Each stair going down into the ground is solid. Each stair supports your weight, and with each step you take down the staircase, you find that you feel a little lighter. And as you reach your hand out, you feel a very firm and very beautiful banister. A handrail that's sturdy, that supports you. And as you lightly touch the surface of that handrail, you feel comforted, you feel secure, you feel safe. And now as you step down slowly from stair to stair, you will relax even more, feeling supported by that handrail and by the golden thread reaching up into the sky, pulling you up a little bit, lifting you, allowing you to relax even more. Supported by the strong, old, sturdy stairs, supported by the smooth feel of the handrail, that sturdy banister that's supporting you. And with each step you take, you'll find you become more and more relaxed, more and more at peace. The thoughts of the day start to float away without you even trying. And all you can focus on is the dim light at the bottom of the stairs that reveals what appears to be a very beautiful room. I want you to step down again and again, deeper and deeper towards that beautiful room. And now, as we pass the midway point on the staircase, you can see lights below. You can see lights of multiple colors. Although the room isn't in focus yet, you can see that there is indeed something beautiful at the bottom of that staircase, and you feel relaxed knowing that you will see it in a moment. And as you step down even further and further towards it, the lights become more bright and more vivid. There are only 10 steps left before you'll be at the bottom and fully in the room and able to look around. The banister has supported you, but you don't feel like you need to hold on anymore, and so you let your hand go off of the smooth finish on the banister, and you let your arms hang by your sides. And now with each step that you'll take down towards that room, you will become exponentially more relaxed and deeper into hypnosis, allowing your mind to drift, allowing your body to relax. And now I will count down the stairs for you. As you step down onto the 9th stair, you feel deeper and deeper relaxation coming over you in waves. And the 8th stair, again, twice as relaxed as before, twice as calm, twice as at ease. The 7th stair, breathing, and with each breath, leaving the tension behind as you step down, down, deeper into the 6th stair, feeling any remaining tension just drifting away with your breath, feeling supported gently by the golden thread that reaches from the top of your head all the way up. The 5th stair, again deeper and deeper, even more relaxed than before. And as you breathe in and step down into onto the 4th step, you exhale tension. You exhale hesitation, feeling a sense of well-being and calm come over you as if you're being wrapped in a warm blanket. The 4th stair to the 3rd stair, twice as relaxed as you had been, even more at peace, even more blissfully aware of how relaxed you are. Down to the 2nd stair, as if you're on the verge of sleep. To the 1st stair, twice as relaxed as you were before, feeling happy, feeling easy, feeling deeply, deeply relaxed. And now as you take the last step, I want you to look up into the room and look around you. Now you can see the source of those lights, those many colored lights. Now you can see what's in that room. Because on the walls of that room, all around, are small, blinking, colored lights of blue, of red, green, and your favorite colors. As you walk closer to one of the walls, you see what those lights are attached to. You may notice that they're attached to large computers, larger than you've ever seen, and more technologically advanced as well. And as you look up the walls, you realize just how big this room is. In fact, it may be one of the largest rooms you've been in. And all of the walls are completely composed of these very fast, very expensive, and very technologically advanced computers with small, blinking, colorful lights. In the center of the room, there is a console just a monitor and a keyboard. And I want you to walk over towards it, slowly, taking in the space, feeling relaxed, as if you can just float over to it. Just drift there, towards the screen, towards the computer keyboard. And next to the keyboard, there's a small silver mouse. And as you reach out to touch it, you may notice how velvety smooth it feels, how it feels cool and solid. And now, I want you to notice on the screen, there's a small text box where you can enter anything that you want to remember. Any memory you'd like to recall, you can enter there. I want you to use the mouse to click that box, and then slowly place your hands on the cool, hard surface of the keyboard. And now, I want you to feel free to type in any memory you'd like to recall. Any face, any name, any place that you've been. A chapter from a book, a phone number, something that happened at work, something a family member said to you, or did. Any memory you'd like to recall, I want you to just type that in and hit the Enter key on the keyboard. Go ahead and do that now. And you may notice that after a moment, the computer pops up a small progress wheel that's spinning very slowly, very gently in a clockwise direction. Very smooth but slow motion. And as you wait for the reply, as you wait for the memory to come back, I want you to glance around and notice a small note on the table, a small note next to the keyboard. On the note, it reads, "Give me time. Don't ask twice, and you will get the answer." Give me time, don't ask twice, and you will get the answer. As you look back at the progress wheel, you notice that it's spinning a little faster, but the longer you look at it, the more it seems to slow down. So again, I would like you to look around this room. Just feel free to stroll around. Perhaps there are objects in the room that you didn't notice when you first came in. Feel free to wander around and explore them. And enjoy yourself, feeling very relaxed in this place. And you may notice that on each of the computers that make up the walls of this very large room, there's a date and a number and a small series of notes. Notes about your life. And you realize that all of the information that you have taken in has not been lost, has not been forgotten, but has been stored dutifully in a very complex and technologically advanced system. And as you look from computer to computer, you begin to recall things that happened a long time ago. One wall is made up of things that happened when you were a child. People you knew, places that you went. smells that you smelled in your house growing up, tastes of foods that you loved to eat, passages from books that you loved to read, and scenes from television shows that you may have enjoyed. And as you walk to another wall, you can see your teenage and young adult years cataloged in thousands and thousands of computers. And as you walk around the room, you see your whole life's worth of memories are stored here. This room is your subconscious mind, your memory. Your memory lives here, along with systems that keep your body running, along with systems that allow you to be creative, inventive, behaviors that you have learned and developed, talents, skills that you have learned. Everything that makes you, you, is in this room and accessible to you. And as you gaze around at all of the blinking lights on these enormous walls, I want you to realize that the amount of information, the amount of experience in this room that makes you who you are, that amount of information is absolutely amazing. And that you are amazing for storing all of that. And as you breathe and float around the room, I want you to slowly bring yourself back to the console. Slowly bring yourself back to the screen, to the keyboard, and to the heavy silver mouse. Breathing. And finally, looking at the screen. There on the screen is the memory you wanted to recall. It may appear to you to be a video file that you can watch right now. It may appear to you to be a page of text. It may appear to be an MP3 with an audio recording. Or it may be a very accurate description of a smell or a taste. As you look at it, you realize that there's a small green button next to it that you can click. The button just says go. As you reach for the mouse and hover over the go button, you begin to realize that when you click that button, you will experience that memory again. You will have the sensation, the feeling, the sensory experience attached to that memory, as if it were right in front of you and really happening. Happening all over again. And as you click that green button, it begins. Now, in your everyday life, you'll find times when you want to remember something. And what you will do is acknowledge that you want to remember. Visualize typing in the question, and then walk away. As you walk away from the request, as you walk away from the need to know and the need to remember, your subconscious turns on. And all around you, you can see those lights lighting up a little bit brighter, flickering maybe a little faster. As you walk away, all of those computers, all of those machines go into overdrive and deliver the result to you. Now, in a moment, we're going to walk back up those steps. And as we walk up the steps, you'll begin to feel more alert, more aware, more awake. We step onto the first stair, feeling a little more in your body and continuing to breathe. Feeling that golden thread tugging you upwards as you step onto the second stair, and the third, and the fourth, moving towards the top of the staircase where you see a bright light ahead of you. The fifth stair, the sixth stair, the seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. Now you're picking up momentum and moving faster and faster towards the top. And now you're just 3 steps from the top. When you reach the top, you will be awake, alert, and aware, should you choose to be. 3, 2, 1. And we're back. And if you haven't fallen asleep, then I hope you enjoyed that session. It would mean a lot to me if you left a comment below and just let me know what you liked about it, and that you're alive and that you watched it and you didn't just fall asleep. That would be good. Thanks so much for watching. On behalf of the new hypnotists, this is Josh Burns signing off.